For me, okay, when I applied, okay, the first time I applied was fine, but then I took some time off. So, but when I came back, 2013, then I didn't get financial aid, and then I had to come the second semester. And then my sister was able to take out a loan, and then by the time everything was approved, it was already in the semester. So they just said, no, just come and register for the second semester. It starts the second semester. You can't start now. It's going to be too late. And then, but when I applied, in 2014, and then I started taking risperidone for like, I don't know if you know, it's for like mental stuff. So, and then my thing is my doctor said like take a leave of absence, and in my mind at the time I was like, I was just on leave of absence, and you want me to go on leave of absence again? When am I gonna graduate? But then the situation just forced me like protect your transcript. And then like the second semester of 2014, I went on leave of absence, and then 2015 I came, and then I applied for NSFAS, and then I didn't get it, and then she said that the lady said, and then I went and asked for an appeal, and they said okay, come to us after June, once we see your marks, and then maybe we'll take it from there. So I worked hard like the whole during that first semester. I did well, and then when I approached her, she's like, yeah, but okay, obviously she didn't remember. She remembered me, so I had to tell her that okay, this is me. You said I must come if my marks are good. And then they asked for why I was on leave of absence, and then when I sent the stuff from my faculty, then all of a sudden they're like, no, we don't have any money anymore. We don't have any money anymore. And I'm like, but you just like asked me now to come and tell you like why? Because I'm thinking if I had continued studying and failed, you'd have used that against me. Now you're using the fact that I was on leave of absence against me, like it was either way, like doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. So fortunate, but then I continued finals. I didn't have like the first, when I came 2015, like in my mind I was gonna get financial aid, and then I didn't. I got I was set at the time. I also tried to sell some weaves and stuff like that, and then I tried to get a roommate to just ease in terms of paying for my accommodation fees. But then eventually that money ran out and I couldn't do anything else. So there was this students in distress thing in the faculty, in the ABA faculty. So I approached them. Mary Hilton helped me there, and then so I just worked and worked, and then I applied. There was this application for this company that was coming over, so I applied there. And then at the time I also they asked for an interview. Like, okay, there's progress, and then I had an interview with them, but I didn't get it at the time. And I was just like, okay, it doesn't matter. Rather just continue studying so that if anything comes, at least your marks are good. And then in the December, I had deferred my exams though. Basically in the last hour, like in December, and then the company called and said, okay, show us you give us your outstanding fees, and then we found some money for you, because I don't know what was going on with them, because they wanted technicians, but they also actually interviewed engineers, but because of the industry, so renewable energy, they no longer need engineers. So I don't know, I think maybe medicine, asked them or like whatever, and then so they paid that money or that money, that's the money for 2015, and gave me some money for 2016. But then they said that we can't fund you further because we just we no longer need engineers. It was one of those things where I'm grateful, obviously, but I'm like, okay, where do I go from here?
It's like a temporary solution.
Yeah, like you are very, very happy. You're not thinking that someone's gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna help you with your outstanding fees, because I was really facing like financial exclusion at the time because there was nothing that was paid. I had just been able to pay for my. Fortunately, because I was staying out of res, it forces you to pay, so you don't have outstanding fees in terms of accommodation. Yeah, and then they helped me this year, and then at the time, everything that could go wrong went wrong, because at the time, my mom, she had resigned, and then she tried to go back into like teaching, and then at the time she didn't have a job and everything, so like everything that went wrong. And then I got them. They went through 2016, but it didn't cover everything. The money that they gave me didn't cover everything. It was about 50,000 something that they had given me, and so I used that for some of it for fees and some of it for accommodation, and then the rest I was gonna use edge loan, and then my mom passed away, so no more income. So like that's the situation I'm in now, because I'm thinking I had plans, like it was progress, and because I also had this thing, like I don't really have much faith in NSFAS after what happened in 2015. Like you can go there, but they might not give you, even if you look hopeful and you think, okay, but my transcript is fine, like my results are fine. So like I don't know. But I applied, because even in 2015 I wasn't gonna apply, but she sent me an email. She said you should apply. I'm not saying that you're gonna get it, but just at least be in the pool of things. I think she figured that after what happened I was not gonna apply, but then they still didn't give me 2016. But anyway, so yeah.